I'm going to be sharing with you guys the mistakes a lot of people make in early marriage. My name is Okoro Blessing Nkiruka, and I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO, your number one relationship therapist in Africa. Now, let me tell you something. Early marriage is the most vulnerable part of marriage. If you can cross the first 3-4 years of marriage, I think you should be able to stay married. Early marriage is like that puberty age, that youthful exuberance, that age that a young person wants to do everything, wants to test everything, wants to go everywhere. That is what early marriage is about. When you just get married to somebody and you're trying to understand the person, you're trying to know the person, there'll be a lot of violence, both misunderstanding. I am tired, I am leaving you, I am not doing again. This is not what I planned for. That's what I mean by early marriage. So I'm going to tell you one common mistakes a lot of you make, and I want you to pay attention and be intentional about it. So if you are a new couple, I want you to pay attention. One, insecurity. You know, a lot of people do not still understand the meaning of insecurity. So I'm going to define it in this video. Insecurity is a self-battle. It's not how people make you feel, because some people often say, he made me insecure. It's because of what you did. That's a lie. Insecurity is yourself. You are not sure of yourself. You don't believe in yourself. So you are always threatened by people. You have trust issues because you feel that I might not be able to do this thing. This thing is not working for me. You always feel that other people are like you. That's insecurity. Insecurity is a self-battle. And that's one thing that has killed a lot of marriages, a lot of early marriages, insecurity. The fact that as soon as you get married to your husband, you feel that you now own him. As soon as you get married to your wife, you feel like you now own them. So you see yourself acting in a certain way. Who is this girl? Where is she going to? Who called you? Who punched your phone? Who liked your picture? A lot of women do it. Insecurity is the cause of all those drama that you are giving the man. That is the honest truth. Insecurity is one thing that makes you lose yourself as a woman. You leave yourself. You forget to take care of yourself and start to focus on the other woman because you think the other woman is better than you. Insecurity is what makes a lot of women turn to a nag. It's from insecurity that you start to nag, because you feel you want to own your husband. Now, I see a lot of women saying, who is this woman that is talking to you? Who is this one? Who is that one? There's something I used to tell a lot of women when they come for therapy in my office. Your husband was existing before you came into his life. You were existing before you came into your husband's life. There were women in his life. There were men in your life. The difference between you and other women and other men is priority. He had those men and those women in his life, and it chose you to be his wife or husband to prioritize you amongst them. You don't expect people to throw people in their lives away just because they married you. They are not an island. So insecurity is what makes you think that you want to grab, you want to own them like your furniture, like your goods and service. Listen, as a newly married couple, you must be accommodating. Yes, you must learn it. Because when you come into people's life, people were in their life before you came in. There were people who molded them the way they are. There were people who gave space for you. There were people who made your husband the way your husband is. There were people who bettered your wife's life. So you don't come in from nowhere just because somebody prioritized you and said they should kick away all the girls in their life or kick away all the men in their life. It doesn't work that way. You just end up tormenting yourself. You must learn how to accommodate people. What you should pay attention to is, how is this person treat me? Am I prioritized? Am I his number one? What is he doing for me? What is he giving to me? That's what makes you a wife. I've said this before. The difference between you and other women is priority. The difference between you and other men is priority. They put you first. That's the honest truth. That's the meaning of I want to marry you. I want to prioritize you. Not me. Doesn't mean I want to throw everybody. You must be intentional about accommodating people, especially women. Because once a woman gets married, she becomes an animal. And the man will be like, this was not the way you were. You want his sisters not to come. You want his brother not to come. You want his mother not to come. You want everybody in his life to disappear just because you married him. No. A lot of you women need to pay attention to, especially when you just get married. You know, the marriage is to shock your head. Immediately you just finally grab the man make you a missus. You practically want to eat everybody in his life. That's not how it works. You end up losing that man to other women. You have to learn to be accommodating. Be intentional about it and throw away your insecurity. You are his wife. He chose you. He prioritized you. Your work is to do your best in your home. Leave what is outside your home and focus. Number 2, nagging. It is insecurity that bed nagging. That's the truth. It's because you are complaining about something that doesn't make sense. Go and check out what a lot of women nag about. There are things that they can overlook. Yes, you need to learn to overlook in marriage, especially early marriage. If you do not learn how to overlook, you are going to develop what is called high blood pressure. I told you that early marriage is like youthful exuberance. It's like puberty. Everybody wants to show themselves. Every family wants to show themselves. And now this is for the women. As a smart woman, when you get into an early marriage, you sit down and you observe. And for you to observe, you must learn to overlook. You'll be looking as if you are not seeing, but you are watching everything that is happening. It's when you observe and you understand, that's when you can correct. Some of you cannot correct anything because any small thing you are nagging, any small thing you are complaining, any small thing, even a child that you give birth to, if you complain on everything that your children do, you have high BP. There are some times that your children will be doing something, you do as if you did not see them. You just be watching them, do as if you did not see them. For if you want to follow that way, you'll be shouting and shouting and shouting. It also comes with motherhood because men are like babies. So as a woman, you must learn to overlook. It is not everything that you see that you will complain and you just become a nuisance. Some of you women are too oversensitive, including men. But the women, una own day, una body, you are oversensitive. Any small thing, you will complain. Any small thing, you will complain. For you to be married, you must learn how to ignore. If you do not learn how to ignore, you're going to have high blood pressure. In fact, you're going to be wounding yourself. You're going to become older than your husband. There are some women that look older than their husbands. It's too much of oversensitive. You must learn it. It's what is called maturity. You must learn when to throw away blind and your husband's phone will blink, you will complain. Your husband will do like this, you will complain. He do like this, you complain. Some of you complain too much because you are oversensitive. Now, it doesn't mean that you want to nag, but you are just oversensitive. You are picking on every slightest thing. No, you must learn to overlook. It is not everything that the eye see that the mouth must stop. Sometimes you can just look, do like say you know see. So you need to bring down that your oversensitive nature. Be intentional about it. It used to scatter marriage. Number 4, control. Hey, Mogbe. Some people, once they marry you, they think that they can control you. You're not a sheep without shepherd. Control is one thing that kills marriage early. The fact that you marry people, you now want to be controlling them. No, you don't do that. Like I said, marriage is just a commitment. Marriage is a choice. They chose you, they can unchoose you. And don't forget, there was a particular thing you were doing that made people say you are the one. If you switch, they can still say it's no more you. That's the honest truth. It's a choice. If you bring up a funny attitude, you're beginning to act like a mad person. You're no longer that person. That's why you see marriage scatter. You feel because you have married somebody, vroom, you just change. No, you forget that there is something that made somebody married. There was a particular character you were showing. There was something you were doing that made the person say, I can stay with this person. The moment you switch, so you must be intentional about it. You marrying somebody does not mean you can control them. No. It is their decision that made you their wives and husbands. Let me tell you something. Most of you don't understand what marriage is. Marriage is a choice. People choose you. People choose to stay with you. So marriage is an intentional act of effort. I am intentional about loving you. I'm intentional about putting in effort to love you. Marriage is not a human being. Marriage is what we do in it. So you need to be careful so that people do not unlove you. That is the reason why sometimes when you get married, what you feel for people change. It's not about me liking you today. You can do something that tomorrow I will not like you. So the difference between marriage and normal relationships is that I'm committed. I'm going to try and make it work and see if you're going to change and see if you're going to reason with me. But if you don't want to reason with me, I cannot kill myself. When you have this understanding about marriage, you'll be intentional about your acts and your effort. It's just an act. It's just an effort. It's just choice. You are not pinning anybody down. They chose you. It is their choice that made you their wives and their husbands. Okay? Hi guys! Welcome to my office. For those of you who do not know, I have an office. This is my office. And I want to show you guys my award. Now, many of you do not know that I've been in this game for 7 years. Yes! Okoro Blessing has been here for 7 years. A lot of people mistake me for a blogger. A lot of me, they've called me different type of name on the internet. But I'm a certified relationship therapist. And I have bagged up to 12 awards. Yes, I'm actually excited when I get to see my award because it's a recognition for people encouraging you about the things that you have been doing over the years. Yes, I have 12 different awards. Like, I'm super duper excited when I watch these awards. It inspires me, you know, it motivates me. It makes me want to do more. It makes me want to give more. So guys, hey, let me show you one other award. I love this award so much. It's the Social Media Awards. And they say using social media presence for social good and positive impact. Thank you. I do not take you for granted. So this is my wall of fame. My wall of fame. Thank you. I need more awards, guys. More award, guys. So a special thank you to those of you who take your time every day to watch my content, to love me, to comment, to give me everything. You guys made me famous. Don't forget that part. Thank you so much. Sharing my content on WhatsApp to your family and your friends. I do not take it for granted. Cheers to more. And I love you guys so very much. Come take some sugar. Mwah. Mwah.